Improve speaking 50% by speaking. This presentation is based on 10 years of Korean University freshman conversation classes, with approximately 1,500 students and 4,500 conversation test transcripts. The conclusion is that if teachers will simply step aside and let freshmen speak, their speaking will improve at least 50%. Most airline pilots are not good English speakers. However, they have their dream job. Only English education majors need an English education. Everybody else needs conversation ability in their major. This is now possible. Students are university freshmen. They are long-term students but beginning speakers. They are smart, well-educated, high achievers with 10 years of grammar-based English education. And most of them have never said two self-composed English sentences back-to-back in their life. The last thing on earth they need is more grammar. If teachers will just step aside and let them speak, their speaking will improve 50%. Here's how. The method is conversation-based learning. It has a conversation book with a conversation class and a conversation test. There is no smaller unit. As a result, conversation improves. First, to define terms. This is a conversation class. If the teacher talks in class, they're doing it wrong. We use partners, not grammar. The engine of improvement is a lot of conversations with a lot of partners. Many partners make you smoother. Better partners make you better. Test partners of similar ability gives fair and accurate testing. In brief, this is the class. Pair conversations, speed dating. You get a new topic every week, a new partner every 7 minutes. Everybody's speaking half the time your partner's a better speaker. This is the test. 3 students of similar ability have a 17-minute conversation. They record it with their phone and transcribe just what they said. MS Word gives their ability and their improvement. About learning. All human learning can be summed up in 3 words. Watch, try, repeat. Likewise, each semester has 3 phases. Phase 1, weeks 1 to 3, they talk. Week 4 is their practice conversation test. You get to know their ability before they start improving. Everybody who shows up on time makes an A+. Win-win. Phase 2, weeks 5 to 7, they relax and talk some more. Week 8 is the second conversation test. They must use new vocabulary. This forces them to prepare and results in longer speaking. This guarantees improvement. Week 9, they watch their conversation test. Extensive personal feedback. Phase 3, weeks 10 to 13, they speak longer and smoother. Week 14 is their third conversation test. They must use first, second, third, and specific examples. This forces them to prepare and results in longer speaking, which means great improvement. What does the teacher do? Arrange partners. Otherwise, as little as possible. The more students do, the more they improve. That's it? That's it. Every student has about 100 conversations with 23 different partners. They transcribe their conversation tests and fix their own mistakes. This improves their ability. Every student has 3 conversation tests with 6 different partners for a total of 51 minutes. This measures their ability. The increase between the first and third test measures their improvement. Preview. This is the book. Write what you will say. This is the class. Talk about what you wrote. This is the test. Transcribe what you said. This is the correction. Self-correct. Conversation-based learning. Write it, say it, transcribe it, correct it. Say, it looks like students do all the work. Exactly. That's why they improve so much. Well, how much improvement? 50%. Here's proof. After each conversation test, students transcribe just what they said. MS Word gives how many words they spoke, how many times they spoke, and their average words per turn. Here's class average data from the first conversation test. Average words, total words. Second test data. Wow, that's an average of 35% improvement in 4 weeks. Third test data. Semester improvement. Average words increased 80%. Longer speaking is smoother speaking. Total words increased 20%. In the same amount of time, they spoke 20% more words. This means shorter pauses and fewer pauses. To put speaking improvement into usable terms, I average words and total words. The average of 80 and 20 is 50. This is an average improvement of 50% in 10 weeks. Wow! 50% improvement. How did this happen? Human nature. Everybody loves to talk about themselves. They wrote it. They want to use it. What gets tested gets done. This is the average ability and improvement of over 1,500 students in over 10 years. This is not voodoo accounting or smoke and mirrors. Beginners in any skill who do a lot improve a lot. Speaking improves 50%. Are you in or out? We're in. How? Partners. We use partners, not grammar. The engine of improvement is a lot of speaking with a lot of partners. Many partners make you smoother, better partners make you better. The engine of accuracy is test partners of similar ability. Many partners. The class is speed dating pair conversations. You get a new topic every week, a new partner every 7 minutes. Everybody's speaking half the time your partner's a better speaker. The best speakers are role models who provide gentle language gain. After 2 weeks of no grammar police, students relax and start to self-correct. Students sit in pairs, and every 7 minutes the bell rings and students on the inside get up and go clockwise. But first, class numbers. They enable you to quickly and easily arrange the maximum number of new partners. This enables the mass production of speaking ability. You walk into class and see 24 shiny, happy faces. Give them class numbers 1 to 24. Point to the big board and tell them to sit like this. I'm a visual guy, so I use photos and numbers. For a class of 24, here's how to arrange partners for the first 4 classes. Nobody will have the same partner twice. First class, second class, third class, fourth class, trios. Students on the inside go clockwise, outside students go counterclockwise. Students in the center stay. Everybody has 2 new partners. Wow! 23 new partners in 4 classes. This is not just goofing off. We're not lazy. We use partners, not grammar. This is systematic improvement. Many partners make you smoother. Better partners make you better. Half your partners are better speakers, and they all bring new knowledge, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Partners of similar ability. The placement test gives their first conversation test partners. They are grouped by ability from high to low. Total words on the first test give their second test partners. Again, grouped by ability from high to low. Total words average of the first and second tests gives their third test partners. Grouped from high to low. Wow! This is well organized and systematic. Yes, and easy to do. In short, many partners improve ability. Partners of similar ability give accurate grades. Conversation-based learning details. There are 4 components: the placement test, conversation book, conversation class, conversation test. First day placement test. It takes only 15 minutes to give and grade, and it's more accurate than the 3-hour SAT test. Just push play. Within 15 minutes, here's the speaking ability of everyone in class, which gives their first conversation test partners. The 3 students who scored highest will be test partners. The 3 who scored lowest will be partners, and every group in between. Test partners of similar ability make the test fair and accurate. Conversation book. The book and methodology are the same. Writing for speaking. Write what you will say. Talk about what you wrote. Writing before speaking improves accuracy. Speaking to many partners improves fluency. Simple. The book is conversation preparation. There's no read and guess. All homework is writing what they will say. The core of each unit is 16 conversation questions. Students know the answer to every question because every question is about them. Where do you live? What's your major? How do you get to school? What did you do last weekend? 30 minutes of homework generates 2 hours of conversations. They wrote it, they want to use it. Just add partners. Conversation class. Here's a 1-hour class in 15 seconds. The engine of improvement is repetition. It works like this. One day she came into class with a broken arm. Her first partner asked, "What happened?" Then her second partner, third partner. All 7 partners asked about her arm. By the end of class, she was pretty good at explaining how she broke her arm. They're not role-playing about ordering a steak. They're getting better at answering important, personally relevant questions. Telling 5 or 10 partners why you chose your major is pretty good preparation for the conversation test. And for life. Here's 20 seconds in real time. But all that speaking looks like chaos. It's only chaos if you don't know how to measure it. We know how to measure it. Conversation test. This test changes everything. And it's easy as 1, 2, 3. 3 students of similar ability have a 17-minute conversation. They record it with their phone and transcribe just what they said. MS Word gives their ability and their improvement. Simple. Transcribing takes about 2 hours. MS Word gives how many words they spoke, how many times they spoke. Words divided by times gives their average words per utterance. 2 hours after the test, here's the speaking ability of everyone in class. Total words is their speaking ability. They are beginning speakers, speaking as fast as they can. This is a communicative test, and MS Word measures precisely how much they communicated. Here's their ability in words per minute. The top student spoke 40 words per minute. The bottom student spoke 10 words per minute. Wow, that's a big difference. Yes, this test measures speaking ability, not memorizing ability. So, step aside, let them speak, and MS Word will measure their speaking ability. Here's how to measure improvement. Give another test. And I love this part. How many words they spoke on the first test determines their partners for the second test. The 3 students who spoke the most will be partners. The 3 who spoke the least will be partners. And every group in between. This makes the second test very fair and even more accurate. What about mistakes? The best tennis players in the world make mistakes all the time. They self-correct, and so do conversation-based learning students. Self-correction. When they transcribe their conversation test, they hear, type, and read every mistake they made. In 5 minutes, they can find and fix their top 5 mistakes. This is a new century with new technology. Finding mistakes is no longer the teacher's job. Get a hobby. To be clear, this is not a test of English as an academic subject. This is a real-world conversation that's used as a university speaking test. A quick detail. Total words is their speaking ability. Average words per utterance is not. Here's why. First, low-level speakers sometimes memorize a paragraph and then go quiet. This gives high average words, not accurate, and low total words, accurate. Second, high-level speakers often make many comments, no kidding, and ask many short questions. Why? What about you? And sometimes dumb down. This gives them low average words, which is not accurate. However, average words per utterance is an excellent measure of improvement. Longer speaking is smoother speaking and more confident speaking. Specific detail. Here's a typical first test transcript. You can see this is a low-level speaker. They're speaking very little and in short utterances. Here's a typical final test transcript. You can see this is a high-level speaker. She speaks in longer utterances, but she's not hogging the conversation. You can see she frequently asks, "What about you?" Here's the plot twist. It's the same student. Speaking ability and improvement is now visible. First test, third test. A quick word about ability data. Here's speaking ability based on total words spoken during a 3-person, 17-minute conversation. This probably holds true for every country and every second language. They're beginning speakers constructing sentences in their brain as fast as they can. An MS Word precisely measures that. Well, this is certainly an increase in quantity. What about quality? Do any other skills improve? Absolutely. Listening. In broad strokes, when speaking improves 50%, so does listening. Transcribing 51 minutes of conversation tests is a lot of listening practice. 100 conversations involves a lot of listening comprehension. Reading. Before writing, students listen to and read 16 questions and answers, 6 short paragraphs, 1 descriptive paragraph. Writing. After listening and reading, students write 16 sentence answers, 6 short paragraphs, 1 descriptive paragraph. Vocabulary. Each descriptive paragraph must contain 10 new vocabulary. To make an A+ in the course, students must use at least 15 new vocabulary in each conversation test. Pronunciation. When they transcribe their conversation tests, they hear their pronunciation and their partners. In short, listening, reading, writing, pronunciation, and vocabulary are speaking preparation and also improve. When all those skills improve, so do standardized test scores. So, we use partners, not grammar. We use human nature. Everybody loves to talk about themselves. They wrote it, they want to use it. What gets tested gets done. Conclusion. All freshmen have had 10 years of grammar-based English, and most cannot clearly tell you what they had for lunch. Another 4 years of similar classes will not change that outcome. Step aside and let them speak. Their speaking will improve 50%, and you can prove it. All that without one molecule of grammar. But, is speaking an academic skill? Yes! Clear, confident speaking is the sign of an educated person, and it can be the result of a Korean university education.